Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi wa kafa, salatu wassalamu ala ibadihi alladhina istafa. Alhamdulillahi hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fih. Alhamdulillahi alladhi khalaqa fasawwa, والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى. الحمد لله الذي أستعينه وأستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في أول كلامنا، اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في أوسط كلامنا، اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في آخر كلامنا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد. صدق الله العظيم. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بلغوا عني ولو آية أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Respected brothers and elders, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us in this world for a very short time period. The seconds, the hours, the minutes that are passing by, all of us, we are coming closer to our death. This is the reality that we are here in a transit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, قُلْ نَهْبِتُوا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا. Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam, both of them, they were living in Jannah. And when they ate the forbidden fruit, what happened? Allah said, قُلْ نَهْبِتُوا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا. All of you lower down from Jannah and you lower down on this earth, the planet of earth. فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُمْ مِنِّي هُدًى. When you will live this life here in South Dakota, what will happen? You will get guidance from Allah. You will get signs from Allah. You will get hidayat from Allah. فَمَنْ تَبِعَ هُدَايَا. Whoever will obey the guidance, whoever will obey the signs, whoever will obey the commandments of Allah, فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ. For him, there's no fear. وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. He will not regret in the life hereafter. My brothers and elders, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us this life only one time. There's no second chance. There's no third chance. There's no fourth chance. There's not coming back. This is why when a person leaves, الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ, when any calamity befalls upon a believer, what he says, إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Indeed, we all belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And indeed, one day we all have to return back to Him. In working on the keyboard, when you're working on the keyboard on the computer, there's a button called return or backspace or back. When you press that button, you go back to the window that was before. My brothers and elders, we are not the inhabitants of dunya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, there's a hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ad-dunya khuliqat lakum. I have created this life for you. This world is created for you. Wa khuliqtum lil akhirah. And I have created you for the life hereafter. We are the inhabitants of Jannah, not this world. We are the inhabitants of Jannah. We came from Jannah. We are heading towards Jannah. We are here in transit for a few minutes, for a few hours, for a few days, for one morning, for one evening. لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا عَشِيَّةً أَوْ دُحَاهَا. Allah was there. How long were you there in Sioux Falls? How long were you there in South Dakota? How long were you there? How much did you live? How many years did you spend? Allah is saying, the person will say, عَشِيَّةً أَوْ دُحَاهَا. Allah, maybe I was there for one morning or one evening. How much were you there? يَوْمًا. Allah, maybe for a day. أَوْ بَعْدَ يَوْم. Maybe some part of the day I was there. My brothers and elders, this life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us is very important. Either we are preparing for Jannah or either we are preparing for Jahannam. There are two ways. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Either you can deny Allah, either you can believe on Allah. Either you can deny the Prophet, either you can believe on the Prophet. Either you can affirm, you say, I believe, but you need to do tasdeeq, you need to testify from your heart. It's not only on the tongue. People, they do a lot of lip service in America. Lip service, only talking from the tongue. What about your action? This is why they say actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. That what are we doing? What is my goal in life? What is my maqsad-e-hayat? What is the purpose of my life? Am I born? Why Allah SWT gave me this life? To fulfill my desires? To do what I want? To eat what I want? To look what I want to look? To drink what I want to drink, to listen what I want to listen. No, my brothers and elders, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly says in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَى مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has purchased from the believers بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ, from their wealth and from their lives. Allah, what have you purchased? بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. They are already purchased in the replacement of Jannah. That they will spend their lives according to the command of Allah. قُلْ إِنَّ الصَّلَاةِ وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. O my beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, say to them, Inna salati, indeed my prayer, wa nusuki, my sacrifice, wa mahyaya, my life, wa mamati, my death, lillah, it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for a purpose, my brothers and elders, to recognize Him, to make connection with Him. Wherever I go, I traveled almost to 50 states in America for khutbah. Wherever I go, people are worried how to connect their devices to the Wi-Fi. They're asking for the Wi-Fi password. Brother, can I have the Wi-Fi password? I can connect my device. So what will happen? I will surf the internet. I will be on the web browser. I can go on WhatsApp. I can check Snapchat. I can go on TikTok, Twitter. My brothers and elders, what about how I connect my body to the Wi-Fi of Allah? Do I have love for Allah? Do I care about Allah? Do I think how many blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bestowing upon me every second, is showering upon me? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showering His blessings every single second on us. The oxygen that I'm inhaling, the carbon dioxide that I'm exhaling. Who's doing this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The eyes that I can see with crystal clear vision. I don't have to, there's no wipers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put eyelids to these are wipers. When one split of a second, my eyes, it closes and it clears the picture. My vision is clear. I can hear properly. I can eat properly. I can digest properly. There was a person, 70 years old. He could not urinate. After 70 years, he went to the hospital. They sent him a bill of thousands of dollars. He said, we will operate you. You have something, prostate problem. We'll operate you. And just to pass urine, you need to pay thousands of dollars. Can you imagine, my brothers and sisters, how many blessings Allah is giving us every single second, every single hour, every single minute? وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Oh my beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you tell people about the blessings Allah has given you. How many? Allah is saying, أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ. Oh human being, did not I give you two eyes to see? وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ. Did not I provide you two lips and one tongue? My brothers and elders, Allah is giving us blessings each and every second. Allah made us believers. He gave us the kalima, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. It comes in the hadith, Man qala la ilaha illallah mukhlisan dakhala al-jannah. Whoever recites this, who says this kalima with ikhlas, with sincerity of intention, he will enter paradise. The Sahaba asked, قِيلَ وَمَا إِخْلَاصُهَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. What is the ikhlas of the kalima, Ya Rasulullah? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he replied back that this kalima stops the individual from haram, from haram, when he sees a na-mihram, when he sees a woman that he's attracted to, he puts lower down his gaze. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Oh my beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, say to the believing men, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Lower down their gazes. We live in America, brothers. I travel to all the states. Wherever you go, it is hard to crush your nafs, to pinch your nafs, to put a brake on your nafs. It is hard. You know, all the time we see women, all the time we see females. In winter time, we can say, okay, it's okay. In summer, astaghfirullah. In summer, how do we protect our gaze from haram? Quran is saying, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Lower down your gazes. وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ. And safeguard your chastity, safeguard your private parts. And this is not only for the men. For the believing woman, Allah is saying in the next ayah, وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. Oh my beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, say to the believing women, يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ. They also lower down their gazes. There are two sahabiya, who are the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One is Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. One is Hafsa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Before I narrate this hadith, one time Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting with the Sahaba, and one Sahabi came, and he was so much so connected to, and he was loving. He was such in a love with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that in a gathering he asked, Ya Rasulullah, who do you love the most? So he was expecting Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam will say my name. You know, he said, who do you love the most? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. He said, okay, after her, he said, Abuha, the father of Aisha, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Now, these are the two sahabiya, the wives, Azwaji Mutahharat, the beloved wives of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha and Hafsa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Both of them were sitting with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And one sahabi is coming and entering the room. What is his name? His name is Abdullah bin Maktoum radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And he's blind. He's blind, he cannot see. He has no vision. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he's saying to Aisha and Hafsa, oh Aisha and oh Hafsa, go in the wheel, go, leave this room. You have to do parda, you have to cover yourself, go in the other room, go, leave from here. So both of them are saying, Ya Rasulullah, he's blind, he cannot see us. He's blind, he's Abdullah bin Maktoum radiallahu anhu, he cannot see. He said, but can you see them? Can you see him? Can you see him? You have also eyes. This is the hukum of Quran. وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. Tell the believing women, يَغُضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ. You also lower down your gazes. وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ. And also safeguard your chastity, safeguard your modesty, safeguard your shame, safeguard your private part. This is the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers and elders, gave us a manual. Give us a manual how to operate. I bought a car, I live in Atlanta. I bought a car in 2015, Toyota Corolla. They gave me this big manual. When to change your oil, when to rotate your tires. You know what to do with your life. This human being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave us a manual, the Quran, to operate, who to follow, who to imitate, who to love. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is saying to the Sahaba, one Sahabi, Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he's saying, oh Mu'adh, should I tell you the khulasa of deen, the summary of deen? Should I tell you the summary of deen, the conclusion of deen? He said, Ajal ya Rasulullah, ma huwa ya Rasulullah. My brothers and elders, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he took out his tongue. And he grabbed his tongue from his two fingertips like this. And he said, oh Mu'adh, kuffa alayka hadha. Safeguard your tongue. Stop your tongue. Put a brake on your tongue. He said, Ya Rasulullah, you will go in the hellfire because of misusing our tongue. He's saying, Thaqilat ki ummika ya ibn Jabal. O son of Jabal, the majority of the people, the majority of the people who will be burned in the hellfire. Why? Because of misusing their lisan, their tongue. Backbiting, cussing, swearing, lying, cheating, fraud, disrespecting, dishonoring. All of them are done by what? Tongue. They say the wound of a sword can be healed in maybe a few days, few months. But the wound of the tongue cannot be healed in years. I'll give you an example. One Sahabi, he is the cousin of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He is the son of the aunt of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Blood relationship. In Makkah al-Mukarramah, when he claimed that I am the Prophet of Allah, he said, O Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, even if 5 angels descend from the heavens, what did he say? Even if 5 angels descend from the heavens and the skies and they testify that you are the Prophet of Allah, even then I will not believe on you. Can you imagine this? He is his cousin, his blood relation. First cousin, the son of his aunt. Now, in the time in Medina Munawwara, he came to accept Islam. He said, Ya Rasulullah, O Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I want to become Muslim. I want to say Shahada. You know what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said? He said, go back. I don't need your Islam. I don't need your Islam. Why? Because he said what? Even if 5 angels descend from the heavens and they testify that you are the true Prophet of Allah, even then I will not believe on you. So he said, I don't want your Iman, go back. You know what you said, right? You know what you said a few years back, 10 years back, 15 years back. You know what you said? He's the Prophet of Allah. Can you imagine? قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ. Oh beloved Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, say you are a human being. مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى. You are also a human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam a human being, the best creations, the best of the best. Now, one Sahabiya, one wife of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, has a Sauda radiallahu ta'ala anha. Has a Sauda. She's saying, Ya Rasulullah, he's your cousin. Why don't you accept his Islam? He's your cousin, he's your blood. He's from Quraysh. Accept his Islam. So now, on the intercession of who? As a Sauda radiallahu ta'ala anha, he said, okay, you want to become Muslim, you can become Muslim and accept Islam. But my brothers and elders, what I'm trying to tell and what I'm trying to emphasize is we need to control our tongue. ثَقِلَتْ كِ أُمِّكَ يَا إِبْنِ جَبَلْ. O son of Jabal, the majority of the people will end up in Jahannam. Why? Because they did not give zakat? Because they did not give sadaqah? Because they were not praying? Because they did not do this? No. Because they did not safeguard their tongue. They were disrespectful to their mothers and fathers. One Sahabi, his name is Alqama radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He's on the deathbed, about to leave the world. He cannot recite the kalima. People are telling him, Alqama, say La ilaha illallah. Say La ilaha illallah. He cannot say it. Now, this news was brought in the company of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, Ya Rasulullah, Alqama is about to pass away. Alqama is about to die, but he cannot say the kalima. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam immediately asked, is his parents alive? He said, no, his father passed away, his mother is alive. Okay, take me to her or bring her to me. So Alqama Ummi Alqama, the mother of Alqama, she met Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked her, O Ummi Alqama, are you pleased with your son? So you know what she replied? She said, Ya Rasulullah, I am upset with my son. I'm not pleased with him. He said, I have no problem with his deen. Now listen to this, the youngsters who are listening. It's for myself, my brothers and elders. I have no problem for his deen. He prays all night. The whole day he's fasting. He recites Quran this much that in 3 days he finishes the Quran. In 3 days he finished the Quran, 30 juz. But Ya Rasulullah, when he talks to me, he breaks my heart. I'm upset with him. So he said, okay, bring some woods and I will put fire on Alqama. He said, Ya Rasulullah, you will put fire, you will burn my son? It's like, yeah, if you don't forgive him, you will go in Jahannam. He said, no, Ya Rasulullah, I cannot see my son burning. I forgive him. There she said, where the mother said, I forgive him. And on the deathbed, Alqama said, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. And his soul departed. My brothers and elders, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he buried this Sahabi by himself. He led his janazah. After burying him in Baqi, he said, people listen. Oh people listen. Whoever is disobedient to the parents, whoever is disobedient to their parents, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curses on them. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam curses on them. Jibreel alayhi salam curses on them. Their salah is not valid. Their sadaqah is not valid. Their hajj is not valid. My brothers and elders, what are we doing with our parents? I was in Reno, Nevada. I did the khutbah. After the khutbah a few years back, one father came to me. He said, Imam, please talk to my son. He recently became atheist. He doesn't believe in Allah. He doesn't believe in God. He's an atheist. I dragged him to the masjid. Please talk to him about Allah. Please talk to him about Islam. My brothers and elders, we are losing our youth in this country. We are losing our youth in this country. What is happening? What is going through? What they are going through in school? What they are going through in colleges? What they are going through, in universities. I was sitting doing my homework in a university in Atlanta, and two people, one boy and one girl, they came to me and they said, we have the solution for humanity. I said, what is the solution? He said, Jesus is Son of God. Jehovah Witness. They're doing tabligh. They're doing da'wah. In a university campus, I'm doing homework and they're coming to me. And they're telling me about Jehovah. They're telling me about this, their Christianity. My brothers and elders, if we are sleeping, if we sleep the whole day, the whole night, what does that mean? That we don't work on our iman. We don't save our iman. We don't work on the iman of my family members. 4 women will take 1 person in Jahannam. I have a few minutes left. 4 women will take 1 person in Jahannam. Listen to this very carefully. Your wife will take you in Jahannam. Why? The wife will say, Ya Allah, he used to go pray Jummah. He used to pray tahajjud. He used to do zikr. Ya Allah, he never told me about anything. He never told me you need to cover yourself. Your sister will take you in Jahannam. Your daughter will take you in Jahannam. Your mother will take you in Jahannam. If you do not make effort on them. And how do you make effort? With ikhlaq, with gentleness. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Talk to people in a polite manner. وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الظُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. Talk to your parents in a gentle manner, in a soft manner, in a polite manner. Don't be harsh at your parents. Don't raise your voice in front of your father and mother. The father said something. One Sahabi, his name is Nu'man bin Haritha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Nu'man bin Haritha, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Oh Nu'man, I went on Mi'raj, I entered Jannah, and I heard the recitation of Quran. That someone was reciting Quran. I asked the angels, who's reciting? He's saying Nu'man bin Haritha is reciting Quran in Medina, and he can be heard in Jannah. What kind of speakers they had? He's reciting where? In Medina Munawwara, and he can be heard in Jannah. He said, Oh Nu'man, what Nu'man used to do? Nu'man bin Haritha was the most obedient child to his mother. When his mother used to call him, Oh Nu'man, come on, come. So Nu'man used to rush and run and listen to the mother, and never used to say, Oh my mother, can you repeat what you said? No. He used to come out of the room, go in the other room, call his wife, and used to say to his wife, Oh my wife, what did my mother say? I don't want to repeat again, because I will be a disrespectful son if I tell her to repeat. Imagine what I'm doing with my mother. I tell my mother, what are you saying? I can't hear you. What can you repeat 1,000,000 times? The woman, today, the daughters are saying to the mothers, don't bark. Shut up. Leave from here. I don't want to see your face. This is the youth of today. They're speaking to their parents like this. The son is saying, what have you done for me? The son is saying to the father, what have you done for me? What do you do for me? What have you left me on? How many dollars are there in the bank? What car are you buying for me? My brothers and elders, if we don't teach our children Iman, they will lose their Iman in this country. I'm very sorry to say, I have been to many states, many cities. Children are losing their Iman. The youth are losing their Iman. They're becoming atheist, modern. I was invited in a conference in Atlanta. There's a company, IT company called Salesforce. Salesforce, you probably have heard. Salesforce invited for a conference called Faith Force. The name of the conference was Faith Force. I was invited as an Imam. And there was one Jewish rabbi. And there was one Christian pastor. And I was a Muslim Imam. 3 of us, we were in a panel discussion. And the discussion, 3 of us, we had one point. That modernism is killing every religion today. Modernism. Who are you? Modern. I don't know. I don't believe in Islam. I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in Judaism. What they're saying. They're old scriptures. I don't believe in this. I'm a modern guy. Modernization has affected our youth, has affected our families, have affected our women folks, have affected our parents, have affected each and every individual of this country, my brothers and elders. So we need to work on our iman, make tawbah, repent to Allah, cry in front of Allah. Only Allah can save. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam is saying, the 13th juz is starting, وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ إِلَّا مَا رَحِمَ رَبِّي. وَمَا أُبَرِّئُ نَفْسِي. I do not set free my nafs, my soul. I cannot guarantee my soul, my nafs. Why? Because this nafs is always calling towards what? Bisu, towards evil. Illa, except ma rahima rabbi. If the mercy of Allah is there, you can be saved. My brothers and elders, imagine the Prophet Yusuf as-Siddiq. Yusuf as-Siddiq, the beloved Prophet of Allah, who Allah revealed the whole surah in the Quran, Surah to Yusuf. He is saying, I cannot be free, illa ma rahima rabbi, except by the mercy of Allah. So my brothers and elders, I have two requests. First request, we make tawbah. I came from very far. I came last night, flew from Atlanta, just to remind myself and all of us. This is the purpose, how we can connect our lives to Allah, how we can connect our Wi-Fi to Allah. Today we are losing this. Second thing, control our tongue. Have good ikhlaq, be quiet. If someone says you anything, don't take revenge, but forgive them. Forgive. وَإِن تَعْفُوا وَتَصْفَحُوا وَتَغْفِرُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. If you want to be forgiven by Allah, then start forgiving people here. Start forgiving people. You want to be forgiven on the day of judgment? Then start forgiving. Forgive your father, mother, wife, children, son, daughter, whoever is there. Forgive them, whatever they have done. Allah, I forgive them for the sake of God. Clean your heart. I was sleeping in the masjid. They said, brother, one lady will come and clean the masjid at 10 o'clock. Right? We clean our house on Friday. Clean the masjid on Friday. What about cleaning our heart? My heart has garbage, trash, grudge, stinginess. Who will clean it? Clean this every day, not only on Friday. Every single day when you sleep, forgive everyone. Allah give us tawfiq to implement this in our life, to convey to the whole of humanity. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.